I'm just going to say it. You both look like shit today.
Mercy. Is that what you want? Strutting around here? You want me to doom 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 doom.
Pretty woman. That's right, idiots.
You're a woman.
Guess who has pants on now?
Dan, guess who's a woman now?
It doesn't. They're gonna take them off of you,
They're not. Well,
dumbass.
I still got pants. I can put them back on.
But you might as well have got some shorts.
Honestly, they're not even. I don't want you guys calling them pants, because these are nice slacks.
Hot dog is a sandwich. Slacks is pants.
No.
Who got you those?
Call them slacks.
Who got you those?
I got
me.
Pretty woman, dude.
Fucking make me. You won't come over here. You want to fucking tussle? You want to rip up your pants?
His handle is Chode.
I think we've been in this cab for too long.
His handle is Chode, and he loves me, and he got me nice things like slacks.
Yeah, you handled his chode, yes.
No, his handle is Chode. He's twice as rich as you, and he said he's twice as strong as Bones.
Bullshit.
He said it.
Fucking bring it, Chode.
This dude sounds like a chode.
Well, he is Chode. It's his handle.
Yeah, he sounds like a fucking chode, yeah.
Does he have a Chode?
A big one.
A big
Huge
Chode?
Chode.
So, like, Sam's Club, like, cafeteria jar of, or can of ketchup Chode?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's where those chinos came from.
Is that why you got to wear pants?
Call them slacks, dude.
Are you
The
flapping in the back
chinos.
there?
Give us a spin.
Yeah.
I'll give you a spin. I like these.
I'm so jealous that you two can stand up in the back there.
You can stand up in the front.
That's so fucked up.
Deer, watch out, deer. That's a close one.
Got a little pet name for him, huh?
No, there's a deer.
Whatever.
You know he cried for 2 hours the last time he hit a deer. I'm gonna warn him about that. We laughed, he cried. It was fine. Go easy on him.
Yeah, go easy on me.
Anyway.
You can't risk the boner right now. Those pants are too tight. You'll Hulk out.
It's fine. I don't need a boner all the time.
So are you and Chode, are you steady?
Where's your next meetup?
We didn't really talk about
Is
it.
Dan out of work now?
I just was, I'm wearing a diaper these days, and he was like, pretty guy like you doesn't need that.
He comment about your eyes?
No, he had on Royal Orbison glasses. I don't think he could see too well.
But okay, I didn't want to say anything, but when you did your little spin, I noticed you're still wearing the diaper underneath the pants though.
Well, yeah, it's just convenient. I mean, we spent a long time in the truck, dude.
That's what that smell is.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, well, when your colon explodes, don't blame me, dude.
This guy will piss in a humidifier, but shit in his own pants.
You're 22 years old.
That's what the t-shirt diaper's for.
If there has ever been a bigger lie.
About what?
I thought we were playing our ages. Have you been playing that we're 20 this whole fucking time? How old are you, goddammit?
It makes me feel better.
That's kind of fucking fitting for what might be coming this week, though. We got another 40-year-old teenager.
Mm-hmm.
It looks stupid, Kron. I'll say it.
I'm just going to sit here, slacks on, enjoying my liter of Coca-Cola.
Where did you get that?
Chode, drink your RC.
I notice I don't have a Pepsi up here.
Well, you can't afford one. Chode says not a lot of truckers can afford premium sodas.
I can't wait to get a soda stream back here.
Get him on the CB. I'd like to talk to him.
Chode doesn't want to talk to you. He said not to call him.
Yo, Chode goes to a different school in Canada?
Yeah, Chode.
Yeah,
He's driving a different route.
exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking, Bones. I don't think Chode exists.
Can you show me a picture of Chode that isn't cut out from a Maxim?
Yes.
Or a Men's Health, rather?
Yes.
What's his Insta tag? Let me.
Here's a
let me get him.
drawing that I did.
Like one of your French girls?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see this.
Looks like you erased massive
Dan,
tits off of there.
Yeah, Dan, hold the wheel. I want to look.
Okay.
If I erased massive tits, that's better for me because it's a woman, idiot.
This, I mean, I know you said he's a chode, but this just looks like the Andy Warhol Campbell's soup drawing. Did you just trace that to get his wiener?
No, that's what it looks like.
You've fallen on some weird times.
I think this dude's just hitting you with a fucking can.
Is that what he paid for?
He likes BDSM.
I think he's chicken in your noodle, if you know what I mean.
Does it have to be Campbell or can it be
Yeah,
something else?
Chode likes premium stuff.
Do you feel relaxed after,
I don't remember any of it.
do you feel like you were sick? Like you want to watch Price is Right when you're
You
done
take a
fucking
Campbell
this
soup
dude?
can to the skull, dude. You're gonna be out for a while.
All right. Dan, you can let go of the wheel. I got it.
Thank you.
You guys want to watch a movie or something?
Yeah, make it short. This is deer country.
Okay. Dan, put your hands over his eyes every once in a while.
I'm on the lookout.
This week on 5-Day Rentals, Revenge on the Highway. All right, welcome back, everybody, to the 5-Day Rentals podcast. This is the only podcast on the run. Whereabouts unknown. Each week, we take turns picking a flick that we think meets a fun, non-genre specific category. This round's category is Big Rigs 3. On the road again.
You got it.
I am Kron Howard. I will be your host. We are watching Revenge on the Highway from the year 1992, directed by Craig R. Baxley. I can't do it alone. I'm joined as always by two guys who got to work double shifts at the diner. It's Bones and Laundry Dan. Say hey.
What's up?
Howdy, y'all.
And
Does
I know
anybody... Oh, go ahead, Bones.
No, please.
Does anybody remember our trucker names?
What,
We made trucker names
for the show?
for a few seasons back.
No, I don't remember that. I don't remember last week's cold open.
Cut to a few weeks from now when you get that Discord notification.
What was yours, Dan?
I don't remember, but I know we made them. It might have been
Like we called our shot, huh?
I thought I did an episode description with them in there.
Well, please spend 45 minutes of this episode searching through those.
Mm-hmm. That's why you write those long ass descriptions, so you can do this.
So I can go back and find them.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, Revenge on the Highway, I would imagine much like most of America, or at least Letterboxd users, you had not seen this movie before.
It's true. I haven't. It's a first time watch.
Yeah.
This thing has 75 star ratings on Letterboxd currently, 111 logs, so I don't know, so like 26 people watched it and said, I don't need to. Why bother?
I don't review everything.
I think the only thing I don't give a rating to is the movies we watch for this.
Really anymore, it's if I'm indifferent on it, I watched it. Like if I have an immediate that was incredible or that was bad, that's usually when I want to leave a review. Plus I get that some people feel like you can't throw the stars on there if you're not putting the words to back it up. In terms of trusting my opinion. You know what I mean? I'm allowed to do whatever the fuck I want.
Exactly.
I think people should
For now. For the next few
Letterboxd
months.
however they please.
Yeah.
I haven't done any ratings this year.
You're giving no star ratings?
I haven't given any star ratings this year.
Wow.
Of the
Bleak.
28 films that I've seen.
Who hurt you, dude?
Nobody hurt me. I've come to the conclusion that Letterboxd user ratings they don't mean anything. I guess I rate for this show what we do.
Yeah.
But
And those
that's it.
equally don't mean anything.
That means money. We've made millions of dollars off of this.
Nope.
I have.
Dan is just all over the place today.
So is Kron.
Kron's knocking over his mic.
Fuck, dude. Amateur hour.
We're a little off. I think we started too fast.
Yeah.
We didn't have our usual hour and a half of grabassery beforehand.
Mm-hmm. We got pretty close.
Yeah, but there was personal business. You guys talking about Blu-ray distributors while I just sit here and stare.
Let's see. Me and Dan talked about Blue Underground, and Bones sang that sad Eric Clapton song.
It's my defense mechanism when I feel left out.
Well, it was stuck in my head till noon today, so.
Not me, dude. Purple People Eater.
Is that really what stuck in your head?
Hell yeah, dude.
Why?
Song fucking rips. Why not?
All right.
Was the one I want to find Purple People Eater. Nobody's making cool shit like that anymore, you know?
I think they are. You're probably just not digging deep enough.
Nobody's making cool Purple People Eaters. Nobody's made a fun Monster Mash in a long time.
You're too busy looking at fart stuff.
Well,
Yeah, your algorithm's all fucked up. You need a reset.
we peaked on novelty songs somewhere around 63.
What are you talking about? Weird Al?
Well, that's one man
The
carrying
Streak?
the torch.
I'd say legend.
But that's
No.
that's
You're
not
ma-
even necessarily. I think you're confusing novelty with parody.
Lonely Island?
See, well, that's novelty. That's some parody, though.
The Mortal Kombat theme? Techno Syndrome?
Yeah, but that's just like a tune.
Okay.
Nobody's writing cool monster songs, dude. That's what I'm getting at.
Kano, Liu Kang,
Gordo.
Johnny Cage, Scorpion,
I was always stressed out when I had to
Sub-Zero.
fight Gordo, dude.
Sonya.
That's about as far as I'd make it, and then I'd get pissed off.
I beat the Mortal Kombat before.
You putting the in there is very funny to me.
You're only 22, man.
I won the Mortal Kombat.
Mm-hmm. Last man standing.
Makes it real, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I beat the Kumite.
Yeah. You should be proud of stuff like that.
Yeah.
I beat the guy with the laser eye.
I beat the Tetris.
Who had a laser eye?
Kano.
Jax?
Kano.
Oh,
Jax
okay.
had metal arms.
Yeah, you're right. Were you guys more Scorpion or Sub-Zero?
Sub-Zero.
Wow.
You were a Scorpion guy?
No, it's probably Sub-Zero.
Wow.
Is it better that we're Sub-Zeros, or should one of us be a Scorpion?
It's probably a good thing because it avoids a unnecessary argument where none of us really have that much of a footing to stand on.
Didn't they add some extra ones at some point?
I think they
Smoke.
increased,
Yeah, there
Ajax, Cyrex,
smoke.
or some shit.
They could just change the color and make it a whole new character.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Cabal. I thought he was pretty cool.
Is it the dude with like the spiky arms and the weird fucked up head?
No. He had like almost looked like fucking cleavers
Kendo sticks?
almost. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
they had like the things on him. He kind of looked like, wasn't he related to Liu Kang, I think?
Don't even get
Now
me
you're
started
getting
on the Mortal Kombat lore, dude. We'll be here 4 or 5 minutes. I was more of a Killer Instinct kid anyway, because that's what came with my Super Nintendo.
I think I was kind of a Primal Rage guy.
I just redid my Nintendo online to play like the classics, and Killer Instinct is one of the featured games.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, should I? And I was like, I'm just going to get pissed off.
Ultra! Ultra!
Who's fighting in that one?
Glacius, Inferno,
Yeah.
Was it people? though?
Spinal.
They had some weird characters.
There was a there was a werewolf guy in that one, right?
Yeah.
I was more of a Clay Fighters dude.
You see, you strike me as a Sega kid with your Earthworm Jim.
Your Battletoads.
I never had a Sega.
Battletoads.
Battletoads
I
was
felt
on
was
NES, dude.
NES, SNES.
Oh, really?
Because
I
I
had
had
the original NES version.
I had a cartridge, but I never had the fucking gun or whatever required to play it. And I remember this kid at school was like, "Oh, I got it. You can come borrow it." I was like, "That's fucking great. I've had Battletoads forever." I rode my bike over to his house. I was like, "Hey, dude, I was hoping I could borrow that gun." And he was like, "Hold on." And he went inside, and then he came back out. And he was like, "My mom said you can't borrow it." And to this day, I'm convinced that that fucker didn't have a gun.
What if he would have brought out like a 9mm? It's like, here you go.
I would have probably just right then and there. Because
To
my face.
him or you?
I mean, that I'm not murdering anybody, but
Yourself.
that's not murder,
Yeah, it is.
is it?
It's murder one, dude.
Fuck,
It's the
dude.
worst.
I'd hate to get in trouble for killing myself.
Did he say like You can't borrow the gun, but I guess we could hang out and play G.I. Joes or something.
No.
He didn't try to like parlay it into a...
No, I think it was pretty much, I got the vibe of you can't borrow it and I need you to leave. You know? I took the hint.
What if he would have came out with like the glove?
Well, I was a Brewster's Millions, remember? So I already had a glove for each hand.
And a backup.
Yeah.
That's what got you into hacking, right?
Yeah. He's lucky that I didn't take that third glove out of my pocket and challenge him to a duel.
Slap the shit out of him.
Yeah.
But the gun was just like the one used for duck hunt?
No, I feel like it was a shoulder mounted.
Whoa. Like a bazooka?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I kind of remember that.
those.
Yeah. Super scope?
Yeah.
But you still had to like hold it though, right?
No, you could set it in the corner of the room and it would play the game for you.
I meant it didn't connect to your actual fucking shoulder to where you could just move.
Well, I mean, I've got this Predator shoulder mount. I can interchange.
I'm not going to win this.
I get what you're saying. Sorry.
Fuck me.
No. The rule is you're mean to Kron.
I can't be mean to Kron this week.
No, you're mean to Kron. Kron's mean to me. I'm mean to you. That's the balance. If we switch it at any point, we're fucked.
I can't be mean to Kron this week though, because he called me out last week.
Okay.
Well,
unless he pisses me off.
You're being unnecessarily mean.
I wasn't being mean. I listened to the episode 3 times.
It was unwarranted.
You don't even know what
I cut out a
said.
lot of the slurs.
You don't even know what you were mad about.
I was mad about you being so mean all the time.
Yeah, you sound like a woman. Well, you want me to change my tone of voice too?
Look, you're already being mean on
dude,
this episode.
He's dansplaining now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to change my tone of my voice.
All right, guys, this movie's Revenge on the Highway from the year 1992, directed by Craig R. Baxley. We're big Baxley heads over here.
Yeah, we might not be done with this guy.
Nope.
I mean, at this point, we should just cross them all off, right? We should do this guy's filmography.
I think he's deserving.
How many does he have total?
8 or 9.
I mean, we're getting close to halfway right now, then.
And I think after Stone Cold, it went TV movies. From what I read.
Guys, why don't you look into your beautiful hearts and rate my Letterboxd.
Okay. This is a tough one. I think Kron is... I think he's a 2.5, but I'm going 3.0.
Just very quickly, this movie does have a calculated Letterboxd average of 2.65. Not enough logs to hit the front page.
So, Dan, this is interesting because this is kind of an increased span in terms of what we thought. So...
What do you mean? Are you guys talking off pod?
No,
Maybe.
I just mean right now. I think the safe move is to also give a 3.0.
Well, we'll find out, won't we? Until then, this
I don't
is
know. My internet might go out.
Revenge on the Highway.
I mean, you can just tell us now and skip
Yeah.
all this.
Yeah, we could call it a nice breezy episode.
Are you guys cool with that?
Wow, we gave him good stuff. We gave them a really slow cold open that broke the fourth wall multiple times. We talked about Mortal Kombat. We probably triggered a bunch of
my true age.
fellow millennials. Yeah.
All right, guys, we open on a couple rolling down the road. They're discussing hosting Thanksgiving or some shit.
I'm glad you caught that because I didn't.
I think he's saying, like, we could host Thanksgiving. And she says that. And he's like, well, who's going to cook? And then she, like, gives him a playful little slap.
Tired of going over to your fucking bitch mom's house.
Mm-hmm.
It's your tone, Tom. It's your tone.
Pretty quickly, they roll up on this yellow big rig. And this guy, he starts slowing way the hell down. Our couple, they go to pass, but the big yellow truck, it swerves over into their lane. They do this a couple times. Finally, they get the opportunity. They cut over. Up ahead, there's another vehicle. They have to slam on their brakes, get back behind the yellow truck. This guy looks over at his wife and he says, what happened to these guys? They used to be our friends.
You know, maybe it's the fucking drivers in this town that aren't respecting the big rig drivers.
I mean, this guy didn't say, hey, honey, watch me dust this bitch, you know?
You guys feel like you do a good job respecting the semis on the road?
I'm very respectful. I let them in, you know?
Mm-hmm.
On the way back from St. Louis the other night, there's a trucker basically still in the road that had his hazards on, and I let the other one get on the other side so there wouldn't be an accident. Give him a flash and everything.
There's certainly times where they're going like 0.25 miles an hour faster than the one that they're trying to pass. I kind of wish that guy in the other lane would slow the fuck down and let this dude pass already.
Yeah. Or they get like almost to where they can get in front of them, but they got to go up a hill now.
Yep.
Now they're going 40 miles an hour. I remember the last time I came to Missouri, like right as we got out of the city, there's a ramp right there. And coming up the ramp was a trucker. And so I was in the lane he would get in. But next to me was two other cars in the other lane. So I couldn't get over. And he looked at me directly and flipped me off. I was like, I don't... do you want me to die? Do you want me to cut into traffic? I didn't know what that guy wanted.
I think he wanted you to slow down.
But I was to the point where I could look over and see him in his cabin.
Yeah. Maybe he's thinking you should have seen me. I don't know.
Did you flip him off?
It is their responsibility to merge respectfully.
I did not flip. I think I looked at him and said, like, what?
That's what he did.
Why are you mad at me? What? Do you not see the other cars?
Maybe he was flipping them off.
He was very rude.
He's probably high.
I was glad to be in front of him, to be honest.
Should have brake checked his ass.
He seemed like a shitty driver to me, dude.
Was your lady like, let's stop at this rest stop? And you're like, nope. Nope.
I was like, they flipped me off for no reason.
Bitch, I showed you breakdown. We can't stop out here.
Hell no, dude. All right, our couple, they try to pass one more time. But there's a semi now in the oncoming lane. They cut over into the shoulder. They spin out and shit. But guys, I don't think these two realize how lucky they are to be alive.
Oh, wait, this wasn't the couple that shows up here?
What, at the wedding?
Yeah.
No, I think this is
No.
just like a random couple.
Yeah. Should have did a better job editing.
You wanted them to be at the wedding?
I thought that was the same, like, couple. Like, they were on their way to the wedding.
This almost felt like an add-on.
Like the beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's shot a little funky because as the movie progresses, I think it's framed and shot really well for that 4:3.
Mm-hmm.
This opening part feels a little off when they're in the car. It's a little too bright with what they've done throughout the movie. I think that this was maybe a second unit or something and just picked this up later. Because I agree, at first I thought, is that the same couple? But when that big-ass dude gets out in the driveway, like, oh, no way.
We do cut over to a wedding party in full swing.
It's
mean our
fucking crazy to me. So the people that bring us into the scene, they show up to this party that you're about to talk about.
Mhm.
They're fucking running late, and they get a spot in the driveway. I was like, what luck? Right?
maybe everybody else was just being nice. and,
I
like,
guess.
not-
Yeah.
He comes around when he gets out of the car. And she's like, get me out of this car. I was like, you could have opened the fucking door. You could have been out
Well,
before him, lady.
You still got to practice decorum, dude.
It's a wedding, dude. You gotta
polite.
be.
No. I'd have been like, are there any single bridesmaids here? Lady, I don't know your name.
Left her in the vehicle.
Yeah, she can't open the fucking door, apparently.
Maybe it's broken.
I'll bring
Yeah.
you a fucking piece of cake later.
Yeah, maybe he locked it real quick. Maybe he fucking farted.
I would have been like, yeah, I'll be inside.
Child locks on. Crop duster ass.
Hit the heat.
My Grand Prix for a long time, the outside door handles were always broken, so I just would leave it unlocked with the windows down all the time.
You're really showing your age.
Never had a problem, dude. No one ever tried to take it.
Was that the blue one?
Hell yeah, dude. That car was badass.
It was pretty sweet.
All right, let's see. Oh, we meet our main character, Claude Sams. This is Stacy Keach's character. He is the groom. He's going around shaking hands, saying hellos. Everyone's kind of milling around, and they're like, fucking wedding was supposed to start at 4. Like, we're way over time now. But Claude, he just kind of stares off into the distance, and he says, we're waiting for my best man to show up. Jump over and see the bride. Her name is Vi. Her and her girlfriends are talking. Vi says there's no point rushing it. We're going to wait until Paul shows up. She finally wants Paul and Claude to bury the hatchet.
My stepmom status begins today.
Mm-hmm. She's a pretty hot stepmom, too. I mean,
She's just a stepmom that wants to get down.
Paul played it all wrong, dudes.
She's got a big old butt just itching to be lathered.
Mm-hmm.
Just itching to get stuck in a fucking dryer.
Under a coffee table.
She's finding every excuse to take a shower.
Claude continues to pace around and look at his watch. Finally, this old beat-up truck pulls up and a kid jumps out. He goes around and crawls through a window.
Did you hear the music that's playing? You can't hide. You can't hide. You can't hide. I was like, what the fuck?
Maybe his tape was jammed.
They licensed the song and they were only allowed to use a minute of it, so or 30 seconds, so they just looped it.
Kron, had you seen this movie?
I had never seen this movie before.
So you looked at the title.
I found out about this movie when we did road games. And I was kind of like, if we ever do another trucker, it'd kind of be fun to do like double up on Keach, you know?
Hell yeah.
I just wonder.
So that was more the reason than Revenge on the Highway.
Oh, I figured you wanted for the title.
Honestly, I don't know if there's enough revenge in this movie to be completely clear about it.
Oh, this podcast just got interesting.
We'll get there.
I'm so fucking confused.
Why?
I don't. How? What is your day-to-day operation like, man? What?
I think
we just get the fucking dumpage of
what?
I live life completely wrong. I think you've got it figured out.
What do you mean?
You got a giant smile. Life's great. You don't concern yourself with the sins of, or the burden rather of what is revenge, what is a puppet.
No, I just pick stuff, dude.
Well, I don't know what that is. Well, shit, I don't know.
I don't think there's enough revenge in the movie.
Yeah.
You call your movie Revenge on the Highway. You need a little bit more than what this is bringing to the table. You both think there's enough revenge?
This is yes.
Did you think there was more revenge in Rolling Vengeance than this?
Yeah. That guy revenges a whole family to death, dude. He destroys a dynasty. All right, we'll get there. Let's see. This kid jumps through the window. He's like, I'm sorry I'm late. All I got to do is put my tux on. Be just a minute. One of Vi's friends.
Sorry, yeah. So when he leaves, Vi's friend is like, I'm going to go help. I thought she was going to help the fucking kid get dressed. I was like, oh, shit. All right.
Oh, my hot stepmom's friend.
Yeah. She's going to get a piece first, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just so nervous. Like I've never been a best man before.
Yeah. But if you're going to be...
I can help you with that.
If you're going to be my best friend's stepkid, I need to make sure you're up to task.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see that Campbell's soup can.
Well, cream and mushroom. I don't like that.
Whips her in the head with one of them. Claude goes to see Paul. He's like, where the hell have you been? Paul says, my truck broke down. Had to borrow some tools from Bill. Claude goes, what happened to the tools I got you last Christmas?
You got to have your tools.
I lost them. You lost them? They cost me
like
over
$100.
Cost me over $100. You get him one wrench and two sockets.
Trucker got to have his tools.
Not the tools. You're a bum.
Claude is fired up. He's like, you didn't lose them. You sold them. You needed some money, so you hawked your Christmas gift. Paul says, no, I actually lost them. I'll get some new ones. I promise. Claude says, if I had $1 for every promise you made and didn't keep, I'd be a millionaire. It's rough stuff. Paul tries to defuse. Let's see. He says, Claude says, what are you going to do if you're out there driving and your big rig breaks down? You won't have the tools you need to repair it. And you can't deliver your load. You're going to be flat ass broke.
Trucker
As we learned
dads
from
are hard.
Yeah. As we learned from Rolling Vengeance, man. You don't make your load. You don't get paid. You don't make your payments. Terrifying out there.
Paul says, I ain't no bum, and I'm not a trucker.
But I am a chicken shit.
He says, you know what? I'm out of here. I don't need this, and you don't need some bum hanging around your wedding to embarrass you.
But you're my best man.
Claude goes after him. He says, you can't just leave. You're my best man. And Paul says, you know what, Dad? I think that's the first time you've ever called me a man.
Oof. It's pretty good.
Single tear.
It's good stuff.
First
it does have kind of like a after school special vibe a little bit to it, but it's effective. It's like a good opening.
All right.
You didn't like it?
I didn't say I didn't like it.
It was a little shy on revenge for my taste. Could have been a little bit more revenge in this opening sequence.
It's okay that there's not revenge now, but by the end of the movie, we should have more revenge. Paul goes over to his place. His roommate's like, hey man, why don't you just come with me to Vegas? My girlfriend says there's a ton of jobs out there.
The way he like throws himself on the bed. It's like, oh.
It seems like they're 6 deep in this place.
It seems like a nice spot.
Like he actually sleeps on the living room couch. That's his.
Yeah, I think he's got like a little, barely a twin bed just on the floor in that corner.
Mm.
And it looked like there were a set of bunk beds that his buddy was sitting on. Like,
maybe there's 3.
Could be.
You think it's a 1 bedroom?
I mean, I feel like you'd be much more comfortable at your dad's house. Getting called a bum all the time, though, might be kind of a...
No, his dad made him get that place.
Oh, that's right. The wife says, like, kicked him out, right?
Yeah, because he's 18.
Trying to toughen him up. He's got a new wife to bone comfortably.
Shower with.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good to have like you should have kind of a shitty place when you first get out on your own.
Yeah.
Mine had no heat or air conditioning.
You got to make your own, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the one that me and Bones went to?
Yeah, you guys came out, and I tried to turn on it had like those old wall heaters.
Radiator,
like
yeah.
Exploded.
Oh, yeah, that's right. A few years ago, I came across a video that I shot in that bathroom when you were shaving. I like kicked open the door and started filming you, and you're just like, why? Why? Like you were trying not to get mad, but I think I was like fascinated because you were on a straight razor kick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you were trying to like focus, and I just got as close and as annoying as I could. You're just, why? Why? It was pretty good. Very Lynchian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
post
then
it.
he started putting fucking red lipstick all over his face.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he said he was late for a date. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, I've only got this body for 1 week. God damn it. And I was like, okay.
Is that a Men in Black reference?
Perfect.
We don't matter. In fact, in about 20 seconds, you're not even going to be matter.
Edgar, your skin is hanging off your bones.
All right, guys. Let's see. Cut back over to the wedding. Couple saying their I do's.
My favorite part of Men in Black is there's a part where Tommy Lee Jones shakes the shit out of that little pug. And Tommy Lee Jones's ears are so old man big that his earlobes are fucking wobbling like crazy. That used to crack me up. I would just hit rewind. I remember, I think I got that and maybe Batman Forever on VHS for my birthday one year.
Is Tommy Leeing it up, dude?
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Are there 3 of those?
Yeah, I never saw the third one, though.
7 stars for Batman Forever.
I don't think I ever saw 2 or 3.
2 has Rosario Dawson in it, I believe.
I thought that was 3.
I thought 3 is when he goes back in time and Brolin plays a young Tommy Lee Jones.
Isn't there another one with like 2 different?
There's Men in Black International with Thor Ragnarok stars Chris Hemsworth and that lady
Tessa Thompson.
Yeah. The inverse of Tommy Lee Jones. She has very tiny ears.
Mm-hmm.
Thought you were going a different direction there.
All right, Fi goes in and tries to call Paul. But we cut to Paul and his friend. They're already on the road to Vegas.
I don't think I've seen the second one. Maybe not.
I mean, I just watched 1 over again.
Yeah.
I was never ready to move on to 2. Still finding stuff in 1 I like.
It's a layered film, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, go back. Watch that earlobe scene.
Behind these 2, there's a big yellow semi that comes up on them. Whoa, we've seen this shit before.
Big yellow taxi took my girl away.
It passes these guys, but it instantly starts slowing down. These guys, they're like, all right, fuck, we'll just go around. They start to pass. The truck speeds up. They're able to get back in, or they're eventually able to get back in front. And they would just like haul ass out of there.
That does remind me that DK did make a crazy taxi joke on Monday night, which was funny. Props to him. That'll make no sense to any of you, except for DK and Bones.
Makes sense to me. I beat the crazy taxi.
Dan would make a good leading man of a band because he can focus in on one person in the audience.
Chicks.
Just target that person.
Like that guy from Pentagram.
So irritating.
What about Damien?
Chazelle?
No, from Black Roses, you fucking amateur.
Jesus.
What?
Keep going with the plot, dude. God,
Damien had to...
You can't talk about Damien now.
Damien had to focus on everybody, dude. He's put them all in a trance.
He was the best thing that happened to that town.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't note it.
Do you guys want to do Black Roses again?
Sure. Figure out how much revenge, where it sits on the revenge-o-meter.
Ron's revenge meter.
Let's see. I mean, they do defeat Damien and his team at the end.
What's the most revengiest movie we've done?
Savage Street's got to be up there.
That's a good question, Dan.
You can answer it next week.
Yeah, I'll have to think about it and get back to you.
All right.
All right, let's see.
So I remember.
Eventually, our guys on the way to Vegas, they blow a tire. Luckily, Paul knows a thing or two about working on cars, so he starts changing it.
Too bad he didn't have his own tools.
His buddy is like, I don't know anything about automotive vehicles, but he's got like a professional jack.
That is a
trunk.
giant jack, yeah.
It's like the one that, I don't know, like a...
Fucking Indy car.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I like this about Paul, though. It shows that his dad, like, taught him some shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he seems like he knows his way around a vehicle. Also, that other guy his parents should be embarrassed that they never showed him how to change a tire.
But that's sort of the tragedy of the hard father, right? Like, they will ingrain you with certain skills, but then you get to a certain point and then you become stressed around them. And you feel like, I can't do this in front of you because I'll never live up to how good you think I should be. But then when they're out in the world, they're like, well, I'm capable. Yeah, my dad taught me stuff, you know? It's to like tell people like I could swing the shit out of a hammer, dude. Like I can frame a wall, no problem. My dad's around, I will fucking miss every other swing.
You're just making them feel good.
Could be.
It's like, yeah, I still got it.
All right, this guy's changing the tire. As he's working, that yellow truck starts to roll over the hill. Paul's buddy sees it coming down. I don't know why he doesn't tell his friend to get the fuck out of the road, but the truck starts coming down.
He doesn't know anything about changing a tire, Kron.
Surely he can see that's that truck that tried to murder us earlier.
Yep. Then he'd have to start all over. Put that tire back on. You fucking interrupted me.
That's true. That's true. Maybe he's just hoping Paul gets it done before
Yeah.
that truck gets on him. But he doesn't because that truck barrels down the road. Paul's buddy jumps out of the way. But Paul just gets fucking annihilated by this thing.
Not annihilated enough.
Well, they never show his body, but based on the chalk outline, he was pretty deformed.
It's very square.
I thought they just put that down for like appearances, that he actually got vaporized when the truck made contact with him.
With 2 oil stains, too.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys, we cut over from that horrific scene to a hot and steamy SD shower. It's Claude and Vi. They're having a little fun on their wedding night.
You could eat off that ass. He is.
I thought this was directed like a TV movie.
Yeah, but didn't Kron say something about it was a TV movie and then they let him fill it out?
I think I don't know which order it was in.
Okay.
Like, if it was a movie that he shot and then the only distribution he could get was TV, and they were like, we'll just cut out this shit.
So this would be the VHS rip that we see, that we've watched.
Well,
TV
maybe
wouldn't involve this.
Dan, I was going to ask, you said this was on Mubi. Did you watch it on there?
No.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask if it was like any better quality than what I had. Because I don't know of a version that exists outside of like the VHS rip.
Yeah. From what I read, he got to do his version with when the VHS was released.
So did he go back and shoot like the shower scene?
I think they made it into a TV movie.
Okay.
And then he got to do what he wanted on VHS.
They gave him like a director's cut, kind of.
Kind of.
Okay.
it seems a little irrelevant since nobody's going to be able to watch this.
It's on YouTube. It's on Mubi.
It's on Mubi.
It's free on YouTube. Like, just type in Revenge on the Highway. It'll come up.
Okay.
You can see her boobie on Mubi. Maybe. I don't know which version's on there.
And on YouTube, probably.
There's tits on YouTube?
I sent you a trailer.
Yeah, I know.
Just type in tits.
Mm-hmm.
You probably get a bunch of bird watching videos.
Ah, the tit warbler.
Mm-hmm. Mixed in with all my socialist propaganda and how to build a shed DIY videos.
What is mine? Mine's a bunch of like video game speed runs. I don't even know.
I was on a kick there with what was that mod for Resident Evil 4 that people have been playing?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, there's like this just fucking brutal mod. I'll send it to you. I want to say it's like Devastator or some shit. It's super fucking difficult.
Hell yeah.
And then there's a really great channel where this guy will set out like specific challenges for himself. And the way he puts it out is very kind of 5D art. Like he tells the story of how he's going along. I'll send it to you.
Hell yeah.
Somebody remind me in the Discord. I'll post it as well.
As these two are having a shower bang, the phone rings. Vi says, don't even worry about it. But Claude is like, it could be Paul.
He could have found his tools.
He gets out, answers the phone. But guys, he just gets the terrible news about Paul's death. Claude heads down to the morgue. They pull the sheet back. He identifies the body.
With the nicest doctor ever. I mean, you're almost too nice.
For the morgue?
Yeah, the doc. She was like a little too like.
She's like, it was instant.
Yeah, please come with me. Like her tone isn't fitting the situation.
Oh, her tone? You want her to change her tone?
I want a doctor to change their tone.
Dude, if that kid got hit by a fucking... He'd have a hamburger face, man. Like, kid looks good.
I mean, he's 45 years old, so, I mean...
I don't know what that would be.
Good bone structure and, you know...
Only 22.
Nice California skin.
Yeah, but it's desert California skin.
Claude asks what the hell happened. There's a sheriff there. He's like, it's a hit and run. Tells him the whole story. Says he got hit by a semi.
Where do we know this sheriff from?
I don't know. He does look super familiar, but I didn't look it up.
I can do that. Let you get through some plot.
Claude goes out with the sheriff to the scene of the accident. They do see Paul's very square body outline on the pavement. Looks like a robot. I thought this scene was kind of funny because Claude is like, well, what can you tell me about the vehicle that hit him? And the sheriff is like, oh, Paul's buddy didn't get a very good look at the vehicle. All he knows is that it was a yellow semi, an 18-wheeler. It had dirty yellow. It was dirty yellow with 4 bright running lights. And he's like, it might have had a stripe down the side, and it was hauling a single trailer. It's like a shitload of information.
All right, I got it, Kron.
All right.
I know him. His name's Tom Bauer. I know him as Marvin from Die Hard 2. Who's like a fun little side character that helps him out.
Mm-hmm.
You would know him from Raising Cain.
Oh. Is he one of the cops?
Yeah.
Oh, he's the cop that's like, he was stealing babies. That's that guy.
It always comes back around to Lithgow.
Mm-hmm. You guys see him at the Oscars? He got prominent feature at the Oscars.
Yeah. He was so supportive of little Mikey when she won. That was cute.
Mm-hmm. He seems like a good dude.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch Nora yet?
Nah.
No, I was watching Revenge on the Highway this week.
Yeah, I gotta watch these movies, dude.
You don't have to.
Shouldn't it be on like HBO by now?
What? Silent Thunder?
Nora.
Oh,
It's going to be on Movie.
I feel like they get all the A24 shit.
I thought Showtime.
it's Neon.
Oh, fuck. It might be on Mubi.
Son of a bitch.
No, A24 is signed with HBO now.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, that's See,
Yeah.
I thought it was A24.
Because they
so
were
that's why I was-
Showtime and Paramount for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry, Kron.
Oh, but that's why I kept expecting it to pop up on HBO like before the Oscars. I was like, surely they're gonna put it up here for like the run up too.
Nah, they'll probably throw it back in theaters, I'm sure.
But if it's neon, who knows where the fuck it'll go. All right, the sheriff is like, we're doing everything we can to try to find Paul's killer. Claude says, hey man, I'm a trucker. I could easily think of like 100 side roads that this guy could have taken where you don't have somebody set up watching him. Again, the sheriff is like, we're one group. We don't have unlimited resources. We're doing our best.
So can't you get a chopper in here?
The sheriff is kind of like, well, you would have to hire one. And by the time you do that, he's going to, like, the trucker will be long out of this area.
It seems like the sheriff is doing everything he can.
Yeah.
And then some.
I think that's a strength of this story.
Mm-hmm.
Is how well the people around him, how real the reactions and the efforts are.
Yeah, including not arresting him for the dumb shit that Claude does as well.
Well, I think even at the end of this scene, the sheriff is like, hey, I clocked out an hour ago. Like, I have to, like, I can't stay out here with you, man.
Yeah. I got to go work security at a nightclub to be able to pay my bills. Because this is America, remember? You can't live on one job.
But that's what picking your boots up by the bootstraps and working is.
Also, is this based on a true story?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Did we mention that already? Sorry.
No.
I was going to do it at the end because that's when I realized it was based on a true story. All right, we cut over to Paul's funeral. Keach has some killer blue blockers on in this scene.
God damn, looks incredible.
He looks cool as hell,
Fucking
dude.
looks great in this suit with those sunglasses. He looks good throughout this movie.
I didn't
Fucking
know
stud,
Paul Walker
man.
died in 92.
What?
Huh?
All right, Paul's buddy comes up and apologizes. Tells Claude, hey man, by the way, Paul loved you. He talked about you all the time.
He wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. You and your tools and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Claude also notices that the sheriff is at the funeral. He goes over and grills him. He's like, you're not doing enough to find Paul's killer.
The fuck you doing here?
Claude starts to storm off. The sheriff's like, you gotta be patient. Don't do anything crazy.
I'm off the clock right now. All right? I didn't have to come out here.
I clocked out 3 hours ago, dude.
That seems like a very revengey statement from the sheriff there.
Yeah,
Yes, me.
I know. That's why it's so disappointing that there's not enough revenge at the end of the movie. The setup is all there, dude. I agree 100%. We cut to Claude. He goes to see Vi at work. He's made a sign. Help me find the trucker that killed my son. Vi says,
I'm a trucker myself.
Mm-hmm. Vi says, it looks really great, but what are we going to do if someone calls tomorrow looking for the $500 reward?
Crushing, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Quit
real
fucking
America.
talking and get to work.
You never hear about the politicians like on a debate stage like, tonight, families are going to sit around a dinner table and they're going to try to figure out where they're going to get the $500 reward to find their son's killers. Mm-hmm. And if my opponent wins,
He's just going to take your guns away.
I want you to know, America, you have to take matters into your own hands. You need revenge.
also no tax on tips.
We cut over to Claude at work. His boss, he finds the wanted sign Claude's made on the copier. Claude is like, oh, I'm sorry. I hope you don't mind. His Boss says, hell no. But
he threw it to the side because there's a butthole print that he did earlier that he wanted.
It's on the back of all the fucking flyers.
Yeah, again, this is America. This is America. The manager's, he's moonlighting as a PI, looking for this butthole.
His boss tells him, hey man, you ought to be doing this thing the right way. He hands Claude a sign that says reward $1,000.
Oh, shit.
That's sweet as hell, dude.
Yep.
I wonder how much meth that guy bought with $1,000.
Probably enough to kill him. We get some VO here of Claude talking to the sheriff. He says,
that motherfucker skinned his family. What the fuck?
He says, if you guys can't find him, I will. And guys, I think we will find a pee break right now. All right, welcome back everybody to the 5-Day Rentals podcast. If you're just now joining us, does this movie have enough revenge? We'll find out.
Stick around.
I don't know. I mean, it's crazy to me that you guys are like plenty of revenge in this one.
Yeah, it's crazy how this is just a secret revenge category.
I didn't make it that way. Dan made it that way.
How did I make it that way?
You picked Rolling Vengeance, dude. Can we agree there's more revenge in that movie than this movie?
What?
He kills an entire family.
You're saying you're using revenge as though it's it's boobs.
Yeah.
If you're just talking about murder,
that's what I was going to ask. Like, there's no killing here, so is that?
No, I'm talking revenge.
I don't think he know. Do you know what revenge means?
No,
yeah.
He doesn't know what puppet means. He doesn't know what revenge means.
I know what both of those things
I know
mean.
he doesn't know what friendship means.
I can't wait to revenge both of you.
And it will be a medieval category.
I mean, just seriously, do you think this
Ancient
movie,
times,
this movie or Rolling Vengeance has more revenge?
How can you? Revenge isn't like action, where you could say like, what has more action, Terminator or The Matrix? Like, that's not.
Probably Terminator.
I feel like we could pick Kill Bill 1 and 2, and you'd be like, yeah, not enough revenge.
Oh, that's got a good amount of revenge in it, dude.
Okay. I think he just means murder, Dan.
There's a lot of revenge in Kill Bill 1 and 2.
There's definitely more murder in last week's movie than in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But what is a better revenge story? This, hands down.
Dan?
What is your question? You're asking me if there's more revenge on the highway than in Rolling Vengeance?
Yeah.
Well, is that even revenge? That was vengeance.
Yeah.
Well, what's the diff?
Well, you got avengement, you got vengeance, you got revenge.
If I avenge...
You got Iron Man, he was an avenger.
If I avenge, haven't I taken revenge?
Not necessarily, because you could be avenging for somebody else that it happened to. Isn't revenge more personal?
I mean, it's still revenge to the guy you're doing it to all the same.
Yeah, but you're just helping them out. Maybe they're an old lady. Revenge is more you go at. It's personal.
Avengement is business.
Revenge is
Personal.
for pleasure.
Yeah.
Murder
in a way.
in your eyes.
I just love it. I mean, it's like one of the 6 stories you can tell, you know?
I think,
All right, guy.
Like Batman
these
is
are two
vengeance.
different stories.
Batman's not a revenger.
Yeah, he's an Avenger.
No.
No,
You're
not.
mixing your brands. One's Pepsi. The other's fucking
DC.
sick burn, dude.
All right, guys, we cut to 2 truckers. They're going down the road. One of them is that yellow truck we've been following this whole time.
That nobody can seem to find.
The other one is
In the
red.
middle of the day.
The other one is red, and this guy calls up, Red Robin here. Somebody talk to me, 10-4. The yellow truck answers, Python here. What's your problem? Whoa, now we got a name, guys. Python. Pretty fucking cool name.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's some cooler snakes, but, you know.
Name one.
Viper. Cobra.
I feel like Cobra's a little...
Cobra's-
It's like overplayed, though.
What about Cottonmouth Joe?
God, we're good at 360.
Where did he come from? Where did he go?
Copperhead Joe.
What, Copperhead Road. That's that overly epic
Bar song.
country bar song. Yeah.
Does a cottonmouth give you cottonmouth if it bites you?
Oh, so dry. Ugh, it's brutal.
I think it's just because they have a white mouth, right?
Yeah, they curl up and like
Yeah.
show you the white of their mouth.
That'd be cool if it gave you cottonmouth when it bit you, though.
And that's when you piss in its mouth.
Here, hydrate, bitch.
Yeah.
It makes a cool noise too, like when you pee in it, because it goes all through that coil. It's like you can kind of hear it, and then like if you keep peeing, it'll start to fill up like a balloon at its tail, and it just slowly straightens out. It's
Gets real
crazy,
big.
yeah.
And you make a motherfucking dog out of that thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Red Robin says, I want to
You know
mind
what?
a little...
You want to make a giraffe? Just make the neck a little longer. It's the same. It's the same moves as the dog. It's the same moves.
Wait, what?
Yep.
Oh, mind is blown.
Mm-hmm. You want to make a fat dog? You just fold that middle section over itself. It's the same moves, dude.
Weenie dog, you just make the middle section longer.
Yep.
I think one of us will leave this podcast for balloon art. I haven't decided which one of you it'll be yet, but
You're the puppet guy. That goes hand in hand with puppets.
no, you don't know what a puppet is, dude. How about that?
That's a good point, Dan.
All right,
I feel
Red
like
Robin.
balloon animal is gateway to puppetry.
This is 2 totally different art
Before you
forms.
know it, cut to Kron going to Home Depot, getting some plywood, cutting out a little box, getting some felt.
Kron, we're not the two that said it was an art form. You just said it was.
Yeah, because it is, dude. You think it's easy?
I didn't say that.
Get you each a puppet for the next in-person records.
This will never happen.
All right, Red Robin says...
They're expensive. I looked into it.
Red Robin says, I wouldn't mind a little female company. Python says, try the Den. They take all comers. And even knowing what we know about this Red Robin guy, he says, "You gotta be kidding me, Python. That place is disgusting."
And what we've come to find out about Python, it's strange that they're being polite here.
Uh-huh.
Caught them on a good day.
Maybe Python respects other truckers, though.
Yeah, they're friends. They're no longer friends with sedans.
With us. With the normal folk.
It's the same thing in the puppetry and balloon art community. The puppeteers think they're so much better.
Well, they are. It's an actual skill.
You got to pump those balloons up. They're custom.
This is what you're saying is valuable?
No, the real people, they do that little stretch, you know? They're stretching. They're figuring out what this little shit wants. Oh, you want a giraffe? Okay. Not getting out the little.
That's a lot harder than
little pump like a little fucking amateur. Yeah, you want.
That's way harder than talking without moving your mouth.
You said puppeteer. You didn't
say ventriloquist.
It's okay. Ventriloquists and puppeteers, they can hang together. Get balloon artist the fuck out of here, dude. That's a hobby. That's not art.
Look, I'm talking to you right now and not at all.
Yeah, and it sounds weird.
Flawlessly.
Yeah, it's totally normal.
Yeah, look at this. Ha 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 ha.
We do this all night.
Your
Sexism jokes
sound terrible.
Are you ready?
Are you?
Lola. Her name was Lola.
You got me on my knees, Lola.
Layla. Cocaine, Layla.
Yeah, I saw you. Yeah.
All right, guys. Eventually, Red Robin calls up. He's like, "Oh my God, there is a sweet piece of ass coming up on your tail." When you know it, Python gets back up to their old tricks. He starts fucking around with this driver. He calls back to Red Robin. He says, "Watch me dust this bitch." Python waves the car forward into oncoming traffic. And guys, we do get a great car flip here.
Fuck yeah.
Looks awesome. All practical. This car is annihilated at the end of this stunt. Red Robin what was that?
It looks good.
Mm-hmm. Red Robin jumps out. He goes to try to save this driver, but as soon as his feet hit the pavement, the car explodes. He yells out, "What the hell did you do?"
Yum.
Claude finally gets back home. Vi says, "Well, it's nice to see you."
Last
that
restaurant
reminds me.
My wife and I went to before official COVID lockdown. Red Robin.
Red Robin?
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Was it the first place you went when everything lifted?
Yeah. We sat in the same booth. We tried to treat it like the blip in Marvel. Just like it never happened.
Didn't share the milkshake.
It never happened.
Get separate.
You got to get that fucking onion ring tower, dude. It's bigger than you think it's gonna be.
I think I've had their veggie burger there.
They got Impossible.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah.
I think I've only eaten at Red Robin with Dan.
Oh, yeah. We went to the Alamo.
Uh-huh. This is the only time I've ever
and
had
Penny
it.
Smasher was there, too.
Yeah.
Oh, sounds fun.
Hey, you guys just hung out. This was like 5 years ago.
It's probably longer than that.
Mm-hmm. I think
Whenever
we saw
Baby Driver.
Baby Driver.
Was Kron driving his Grand Prix?
No. He'd already
I fucking wish, dude. Claude gets home. He asks Vi how she's doing, and she says, lonely. Vi says the sheriff called, but it's not anything important. Claude is like, fuck you, bitch, I'm out of here.
Why didn't you say something?
Yeah. Before she can even explain, he's backing his truck out of the driveway. He heads to the station. The sheriff is like, man, it's just some bullshit. I told Vi it wasn't anything. Apparently this lady says she could ID the truck, but it turns out she just ID'd her next door neighbor. They're constantly fighting back and forth about her dogs. Claude's all pissed off. He's like, I told you this guy would get away with it, didn't I? Sheriff's like, dude, you're getting real close to being a loose cannon. He's like, I heard you've been starting shit with people at truck stops.
But he's not wrong each time he starts shit.
No. But he's still starting shit.
That's the drama. That's the juice.
You gotta stick to your messages.
Claude tells the sheriff, listen, that asshole was drunk. He could have killed somebody. I stopped that.
Exactly.
Claude goes back home. He starts loading a gun. Vi's like, nah, I ain't sleeping with a loaded gun in the house.
It's weirdly fucking terrifying.
Him loading a gun?
Like the way it's shot, like him loading the gun and just, yeah, the way he's handling it too is very smart. Like it feels responsible and real, but and also just how they're playing the scene. Like you feel the weight of the gun in that scene.
It's good stuff. It is terrifying. I mean, Stacy Keach loading up a gun is intimidating.
Mm-hmm. Puppet loading up a gun. Funny.
Is it weird that I think he looks better in this movie than Road Games? How did he look older in Road Games?
I think the haircut.
This is also a lot of like dark lighting. Kind of smooths out the...
Yeah. That's why I only have this little light on when we record. So I look better.
Yeah, they say old men die with little boy faces.
Who says that?
Benjamin Buttons.
It's a wallflower, so... The difference.
Oh, I mentioned them just now when I said I record here with one headlight on. So I look better.
That's such a great reference. It just gave me a 6th Avenue heartache. Kron, you are not going to get any of these ones, I bet.
Careful, you may need to call a hero.
Bones took the only one anyone else would know.
I know. I wish you health and happiness.
Claude says the gun's not going to...
Talk about a dad-son relationship where one thinks the other's a bum, huh?
Mm-hmm. Does the son think Bob Dylan is a bum?
Other way around.
Yeah. Bob was never really like a fan of it, right?
Of his own son?
Yeah.
Well, we don't know.
You have to ask him. You think I'm a bum?
How does it feel?
Oh, man.
I didn't sell your harmonica. I lost it. How do you expect to be a musician without your tools?
I'm going to be on the dark side of the road.
I'm going to come up on your ass like a hurricane. I can't do it. See, I did the Jake as the Bob. That's the problem. My references are all fucked up. Here, let me do it without moving my mouth.
Now Kron gets the joke.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we're back to stuff I know. All right, Claude's all broken up.
Your son's dead. Just let it blow in the wind.
He says, I got to see this thing through. He never knew I loved him. I never told him. Get a little montage here of Claude going around and handing out more flyers and shit like that.
Pointing guns.
Meanwhile, Vi's down at the beauty parlor. All these women are like,
God,
what?
This is no, it's a good scene. Go ahead.
They keep saying, like, Claude is so great. Word is he won't stay off you. Not like your ex-husband who always left you home alone. And Vi, you can just see she's on the verge of tears, man.
The staging is incredible because they've caked her face with, spa treatment shit. And she's just supposed. Does that work?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm going to die with a little boy face for sure.
Damn, you're on a 360 roll tonight. It's got a bagel. Just
fuck. How do you eat your bagels? You put your nose in your middle and you spin it around your face. You lick off the smear, dude.
We cut back to Claude. He's checking out every guy.
Asiago in my mouth.
He's checking up on all these guys.
Must have been in everything. There's shit coming out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Sell truck parts. So one guy tells him, like, hey, man, I haven't sold a fender for an 18-wheeler in, like, a shitload of time. But everybody knows what's up. Everybody's keeping an eye out for that yellow truck. Cut over to the diner where Vi works.
God damn, where's that magic school bus? Shit!
They tell her what Claude's
Miss
doing.
Frizz, where's that bitch at?
What Claude's doing isn't right. He's like, he should be home with you. But Vi's like, hell no, I'm not going to leave him. Claude believes in doing the right thing. And Claude believes that the person that killed Paul should get what's coming to him.
Well, what does that sound like?
Well, it sounds like revenge.
Or maybe justice?
If he had killed him, maybe it would have been. To go back to Bones' point, honestly, revenge is murder, dude.
I was going to say, if the guy poisoned another guy that killed his wife, is that not revenge because there's no blood?
Oh, it's revenge, baby. As long as he kills him.
Okay.
Kill him slow. I like that. Out on the road again, Claude sees a yellow 18-wheeler. He calls it in over the radio, tells the cops to get out there as quick as they can. He pulls up on this guy honking like crazy. Eventually, this guy gets out. Claude, gets into a fight with him immediately. This guy's like, you're crazy, man. He goes to get back into his truck.
This guy's methed up and fucking clocks him, too. He takes a little bit of a beating.
Claude pulls his gun out of the fucking truck and shoots it once in the air. This guy's standing there like, you're fucking insane, dude.
See, and I like that it's in the glove box.
Mm-hmm.
I like that he doesn't get out with it on,
Yeah. Yeah, it is like
strapped as the kids say,
Mm-hmm. He's still ready to fight this dude one-on-one until
he realizes that he's outmatched and outmethed.
Yeah, this guy's cranked up, dude.
West Coast turnaround, is that the slang for it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know more about it than me.
Yeah.
How much crank you been doing out in Barstool?
Barstool?
Yeah.
My Barstools usually don't have cranks.
They might have like a foot lever.
Well, I'm not at a barber. I'm not at a spa day
I've seen a stool before that had a foot lever.
listening to all my friends talk about how often I get railed.
Well,
I hate getting my fucking hair cut. I hate it. It sucks.
we can tell.
Yeah, when was the last time?
Fuck, I don't know.
2-3 years ago?
I did go maybe 2 years ago, and I got the ends cleaned up. Because Sam was like, well, they'll help shape it. And I was like, well, I like how it sits. She's like, it'll be better. And like $120 later, and I was like, I can't tell the fucking difference. I don't know what the guy did.
You should get perm, dude.
Yeah. You're just spending 120. You might as well walk out of there looking fucking fresh as hell.
No, what I do want to do, I want to figure out what product the dude in Dune Prophecy was wearing. My boy from Vikings, because his hair in Dune Prophecy is fucking banging, dude. Whatever, like chunky like leave-in or whatever he was doing, I need to look into. I'm 22 years old, man. I should be acting like it.
Yeah, it's true.
Wash my hair with a bar of soap.
It's terrible.
No, it's not. Who gives a shit? It's all the same.
Do you really?
Yeah, what's it matter?
Son of a bitch.
How are you so Missouri you don't live in
It's
Missouri?
all the same, dude. You telling me shampoo is drastically different from soap?
Yes.
No, it's not.
I don't even shampoo that much, dude.
Well, me neither.
Use a little tiny bit.
Once a week, hit it with a bar of soap. You're good to go, dude.
Like, do you hold it like a stick of deodorant and you run it that
No,
way,
you hold
or
it
you
long way, and you just rub it all over your head.
Now there's shampoo they sell in a bar that you could use.
What? Now I got to buy another thing?
I bet
What soap are you using?
Your pubes would look incredible.
Dr. Bronner's.
What the fuck is that?
I actually use shampoo.
Okay.
God.
It's a white bottle that just says shampoo.
But I do think I'm throwing my money away. All right, eventually this cop, he starts looking through this trucker's fucking cabin, finds a whole bunch of pills and shit. He starts to arrest this guy, but Claude, he looks over at the truck and he's like, there's only 2 running lights. Cop's like, what the fuck are you talking about? He says the truck that killed Paul had 4. I almost shot the wrong guy.
Kron,
Cop
where are we
lets-
at, like, on this timeline? Is this like months after? Is this days?
I'd say this is like months after Paul's death.
This feels just like a few weeks.
You think so?
Yeah, I think we jump a little bit further. I have to
feel
hope
like-
so. It's even more tragic if at this point it's been months.
I feel like it's like 6 months
Wow.
I don't think it's that much. I was going to say like 2.
for the whole thing.
Oh. Yeah, I could buy that. Because I think this part, he's probably hunting this trucker for 2 months. Then this happens. You got like 3 to 4 months off. And then you get the end.
I buy that. Here.
To please your bitch wife that it's like, get over your dead son so we can fuck.
She's very understanding, I would say.
What's her name?
Vi?
Yeah. What did you just do?
Open the beer.
Oh.
You were polite and tried to not do it into the mic, and it still was picked up.
Cranked hog a little.
Yeah. That must have been a bush.
All right, Claude gets home. He apologizes to Vi. Says, I'm sorry. I'm done with all this vengeance shit.
I'm here to gotta fucking lather your big ass.
Get in the shower, baby.
That's all I've been thinking about. I'm going to buy me some nice tools, some shower tools.
I'm going to buy $100 worth of tools.
I'm going to scruff your fucking ass.
She's like, please don't let the phone ring.
He says, I got to let Paul go.
She's got some lingerie and shit, dudes.
Yeah, she's hot as hell, dude.
It's like, oh, shit.
I feel like she's got a good, like, bouncy, like, positive personality and shit, too. Like,
You guys are vibing with the Vi here.
fuck yeah. We've been on a pretty good kick.
Claude says, you better love me a lot, woman, because you're going to be seeing an awful lot of me from now on.
Well, she better be looking in a mirror, because he's going to be behind her soaping that ass.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what I'd be doing. Get a little on your hair, get a little on her ass.
Take it off her ass, put it on your hair.
Mm-hmm. That's even sexier.
What is your head but a big loofah? Yeah, you eat ass? Fuck, I wash ass, dude.
All right, we cut to that Red Robin driver at a truck stop. The waitress hands him a flyer. She says, we're giving these out on behalf
This ain't no
of a friend.
burger.
Yeah. What, am I going to eat this? Piece of paper. As soon as he looks at it, though, this guy turns white. We cut over to Claude and Vi bowling. They're loving their new life together. Vi breaks off with some of her friends. She says, like, hey, do you think I can still get that discount before the Rose Bowl? Lord knows this guy needs a treat. I think Vi's been treating him pretty good.
Yeah. Well, at this point, washing her ass has become, I think, just routine, you know?
Throw the TV away, baby.
Her ex-husband must have been an asshole.
Or avoiding hers.
Some guys don't got what it takes,
Yeah.
dude. I'm used to printing these things, but scrubbing them with my head? It's wild. All right, Vi's up. She's got a bowl of strike to win. Claude and her put some money on it, and of course, she bowls the strike. She's a stone cold pro, dude.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
My hook, good luck.
We cut over to the future. Vi shows Claude his new TV. He's loving it. He's watching the big game in SD. Going absolutely apeshit. When do you know it, his phone rings. It's that Red Robin driver. He says, I got something to tell you about your son. We better meet up. Claude kind of looks for a second and he says, I'll be right there. Hangs up the phone. Claude goes to meet this guy in a garage. He's like only talking through the side mirror. He's fucking scared, dude.
I like it.
What do you want?
I like it.
This, at this point, it kind of pulls you back in a little.
You were out?
At least me. Oh yeah, I was out.
Oh, man.
Let's see. Red Robin says, hey, man, I ain't gonna testify or nothing to help you, but I got a boy myself and this shit just didn't set right with me.
Seen the other girl dusted. That didn't matter.
No, I mean, that mattered. That bothered him. Red Robin starts telling the story about that car that got blowed up. Starts talking about how Python said he was going to dust that bitch, and he did. Claude is like, you didn't even fucking report it? This guy's like, fuck no, man. I'm addicted to methamphetamine.
I'm one of them.
I got a problem, and it's great.
Makes me feel like a fucking god.
I don't want anybody to make me better. Fuck them.
You know what I do with chicks? They just sit on me topless and rub my face a little bit. That's it.
I got a boy myself, but my true love is methamphetamines. I love leaving my family and getting on the road.
How the fuck do you do it? He says, right? When he's like, yeah, I'm a trucker myself. How do you do it? I pull over and I go to sleep. Fuck that.
Well, and it sounds like, I mean, from the conversation they're having, it seems like Claude is a legitimate truck driver, and this guy is on some, like, you know, we need the shipment here in 4 hours. It's a 7-hour drive kind of shit. Like,
yeah. And we get a sense of what the fucking trucking underground might be like.
Straight line drivers. It's probably Claude. Probably the Russo brothers. Dedicated route for the day. These guys are over the rotors, man. Coast to coast.
I was so fucking confused because I know you're talking about the Rosso brothers or the Rosso father and son from the last movie, but you said Russo brothers, and I was like,
Did I?
Yeah. I got like all perked up. I was like, have you been watching Community? Or are you stoked for Doomsday? So.
No.
Okay.
Should never think that about me.
just a guy that loves revenge
I'm sorry.
movies,
I
dude.
think positive about people. What'd you say, Kron?
I said Dan's just a guy that loves revenge movies.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what a revenge movie is.
Murder.
Oh.
All right, Red Robin gives a few pieces of info. Python is the handle, and he works for some outfit called MLW. It's an outlaw trucking outfit that doesn't ask too many questions.
This kind of pulls you back in. Like, all right.
And Python likes a place in Provo called the Den. Probably hangs out there. We cut to Claude. He goes over to his boss. He's like, I need a delivery as close to Provo as you can get me. Boss says, well, I can get you a load to Salt Lake City. The rest will have to be up to you from there. We cut over to Claude checking out MLW. Some Weasley guy is behind the desk. He says, man, I heard of you. You're Mr. Yellow Fever around these parts.
You got knuckles to knock next time.
This scene is maybe the best written in the movie. The dialogue is fucking witty, snappy. It doesn't overstay. Like, he feels like a badass in this, and this guy feels like as soon as his facade is broken, he just fucking cracks.
Yeah. Claude does push this guy up against the wall, and this guy is instantly like, okay, I'm not a fighter. The name is Wharton. Here's the file. Claude looks it over. He's like, Jesus Christ, there must be at least 9 moving violations. Desk guy says, hey, butt out, man. If the DMV wants someone off the road, that's their problem. Claude says, where's the Den? It's in the phone book. Claude walks up on this dude. Where is it? He eventually tells him. Claude says, I'm going to pay them a visit. And if I found out anybody tipped them off, I'm going to come back here and give you a kiss goodbye. That's pretty badass.
That's a great line.
Mm-hmm. Claude goes to leave. This guy says, hey man, that file is my property. Claude says, you can pick it up from the state police. They're in the phone book.
360.
Dude, this scene is awesome.
Yeah.
Claude gets to the Den. He finds the yellow truck he's been looking for. It is broad ass daylight, and there is some hair metal band head to toe in leather playing inside.
It is the worst audio sync I've ever seen to like a live band. The drummer is just straight up like tat tat tat, like snare rolling, and that is not anywhere in the mix.
It looks like they told them, act like you're a band.
Yeah.
We'll overdub it later.
And
it doesn't matter.
The guitarist is having a fucking blast.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing that hair around.
Yeah.
These guys this might have been like the grip and the, just like the three guys who worked on the set.
And yeah, these three guys are being like, they have as much attention on them as we do.
Mm-hmm. Claude heads up to the bar. Doesn't exactly lay low here. Tells the bartender, I'm looking for a guy named Python. The bartender is like, a guy. What's he look like? Claude says, I don't know. He's an old buddy of mine. I haven't seen him in a while. People change, Mm-hmm. The bartender's like, I guess they do. He announces to the bar, I got a fella here looking for a guy named Python. Does anyone want to talk to him? And guys, this lady shows up. What? Mm-hmm. What the fuck is happening? She says, are you looking for Python? What's your name? Claude Sams. She goes, oh, this here is Claude Sams. And all these lowlifes are like, I got pulled over because of you. I got busted in Barstow. A bunch of shit like that. Eventually, this lady says, well, you got me. I'm Python. Some of these lowlifes, they start beating up Claude. Python eventually breaks a bottle, and she's like going for Claude's neck. But the bartender, he's like, that's enough. Get this shit out of here. The den already has enough problems.
There will be no revenge in this den.
Mm-hmm. Tell Sams to get the hell out while the getting's good. Python is all like, you guys aren't going to fucking help me kill this guy in broad daylight while this leather band plays? It's fucked up. I thought we were buddies. So Python goes and gets in her truck and leaves. Claude chases right after her.
You may recognize Python as Valeria from Conan the Barbarian.
That's okay. So I was like, man, I've seen her somewhere.
Mm-hmm. It's also the evil queen in Red Sonja, which is like the not a Conan movie, but kind of a Conan movie.
I mean, I'm seeing her in my dreams now, but
yeah. As Python.
Get out of my dreams and into my big rig.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Eventually, Claude catches up to her on the road. She starts ramming his truck. She somehow gets behind him. They bump each other back and forth for a while. A Provo cop tries to set up a little barricade, but that does nothing because Python just blows right through it. She starts pulling away from Claude, but he's determined. He catches up to her. Eventually, they're driving back and forth. Python releases her trailer, and Claude drives straight through it. Good little explosion.
Yep.
Eventually, Claude releases his trailer. He calls up to Python, are you there? Right here, Sams. And he says, watch me dust this bitch. Claude oh yeah, dude, he fucking got her good. Maybe there is enough revenge in this movie. Claude starts ramming Python over and over and eventually gets her cabin sideways on the road. And he's just pushing her down the freeway. There's a really cool shot where she just looks over at him. He's fucking stone-faced staring back at her.
Yeah.
but eventually he hits the brakes and sends her truck rolling. Good truck roll. This is all great. He gets out. He runs up to her. She's still alive. She says, "My goddamn leg is broken. Call a doctor."
Call a really nice lady doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
Provo cops start speeding up to the accident. Claude says, "My boy never got to feel what it was like to turn 19. His name was Paul." Cops get to the scene. I don't know. Should have shot her in the head, right?
Yeah.
That would have been
revenge.
No.
More revenge, dude.
Nah.
Cut to Claude and Vi. They go over to Paul's grave. Claude says, "I love you. Rest easy now. It's all over." He puts a "Have you hugged your kid today" bumper sticker on the tombstone. We get a freeze frame, text on screen. In 1992, the federal government enacted the Highway Bill, a comprehensive bill strengthening trucking safety regulations. Film ends. First credit. This film is dedicated to the memory of Claude and Paul Sams. And guys, that's the end of Revenge on the Highway from 1992, directed by Craig R. Baxley. Dan, you got any research on this thing?
Yeah, this was released December 6th of 1992, direct-to-video. No budget or box office. At the cinema that month, you could catch A Few Good Men, Scent of a Woman, and Trespass by another guy we've done over 3 movies for.
You ever seen Trespass, Kron?
I have it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good as hell.
Yeah.
But that's it. There's no other trivia or anything for this movie.
Nothing about the family that this is based on? Weird.
Trespass has the guy from the first episode of Tales from the Crypt. I can't remember his name.
Cube.
Well, there's Ice Cube.
Ice-T.
Ice-T.
I think they're both in it, aren't they?
Yeah, maybe.
No, it's just
It's
Ice-T.
been a while since I've seen that one.
Ah, fuck. It might be.
Is it both of them?
Are you thinking, you're thinking of Tales from the Crypt, the guy that's in Demon Knight is in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Bill Paxton.
Yep.
Set in St. Louis, I think.
East St. Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an apartment building that they're about to tear down or something. Oh, it does have Ice-T and Ice Cube.
Okay.
They're
Okay.
both in
Sorry.
it. William Sadler is the other guy that I was trying to think of.
When it comes to ices, there's just the one, as far as I'm concerned.
T?
Yeah. Did it weird you guys out when you saw that title card about, in 1992 they passed legislation? It's like, oh wow, like government used to do stuff.
Used to.
I was more in my head like, damn, that's about when my dad got out of trucking.
Just like, forget
Wonder
these
why.
highway
Wonder
rules.
why.
Yeah, what the fuck was he doing out there? Working for
Okay.
MLW, dude.
I can't bump meth and drive to New York in 2 days.
Yeah, he's like, that's when shit got no fun anymore.
Gotta pull over and sleep.
Somebody might have taken your dad's file.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 10 moving violations.
He probably had a few.
Rate my box.
All right. Let me get the Trapper Keeper. Kron, remind us, what was your calculated average?
Calculated average for
2.65.
Revenge on the Highway was 2.65.
All right, Dan, you and I both locked Kron in at a 3.0. Dan,
Yeah.
Dan, I'm going to give you a 2.5.
Bones, I'm going 3.0 as well.
I'm going to give you both a 3.0.
All right, gentlemen. Oh, you got first?
No, please.
All right, Silent Thunder, Overdrive, Revenge on the Highway from 1992, directed by Craig R. Bexley, who we know very well, and who knows how to cast a good movie, knows how to cast a bad guy, does that very well. This is a public service announcement for truckers not to do meth and to hug your kid, because you never know when you're going to lose them. Silent Thunder. Maybe the loss of the kid. That's what that is, maybe? I don't know. Stacy's good. I think there's a wild-ass movie here. This is right after Stone Cold. It's just... I don't know. I don't know what happened. I would love to hear what happened here. Because I feel like you're coming off of Stone Cold. You got this like trucker, like guy, like go fucking bonkers, man. Again. But like I said, I feel like there's a wild ass movie in there, but it's just not there. Too much moping around, dude. Too much handing out fucking flyers, and it was like an hour of the movie. We had some. With Rolling Vengeance, there was some terrible shit that happened in the beginning, but it seemed like the second half, you at least had a fucking giant monster truck with a drill on it that was getting vengeance, revenge, or murdering people.
They're all the same thing.
It picks up at the end. There's great stunts, but I think that's Bexley. He's a stunt guy. So... it's a little boring for old LD, a 2.0.
I agree with you. There is a wild movie in here. I get what you're saying. I also recognize that can be a really broad statement. I think the wise decision was made with this movie to focus on the effect of that revenge, the guilt, which in last week's episode, I talked about how it was sort of lacking in that movie. And this one, I think, plays it right. This is a story about these characters and what they're going through. I think there's a right decision in the build-up to this ending. I do think in a different movie, maybe not a made-for-TV, probably limited budget, you'd get more in the back half once he had a better lead on Python. This is a solid, good time. I mean, I was a little like indifferent at first, and then once it sort of it clicked into place for me. I think I mentioned this earlier. I really connected. I was like, this thing is fucking framed incredibly well for a TV movie. Like, fit in that frame. The lighting is nice. I think it really captures the vibe and the feeling, the aesthetic of driving at night. The loneliness out there on this hunt with very little information. All the relationships seem solid, from the interaction with the sheriff, the interaction with the wife. I do like the B plot with the wife and her friends, and why would you stick with this person? They all sort of understand what's going on, but they don't want to see her get hurt. Very real. I thought about this the next day, and I was like, am I really leaning that? Is that the number that I'm coming down on? And I think so. And I got the sense that maybe I would be way out ahead. But I thought that's what fucking averages are for. So I got a 4.0 on this. I think this is worth a watch. I think the stunts, the revenge, in parentheses, murder shit is spaced out enough. I think it's relatively tightly edited for my taste. Yeah, 4.0.
Hell yeah, Bones. All right. If I want to start out on this review, just being negative off the front, I could have stood some more revenge. I think the whole movie leads up to him tracking this person down. I do like when he flips her truck, but all the same, I think when you throw that truck door open, when she starts to say, go get some help, bam, we've already set up the gun. Like, he should have shot her in the fucking head. Like, it should have been finality. It should have gone to that level. I mean, you spend the whole hour and a half getting up to that point. You might as well see it home. That being said, I love Stacy Keach, man. Like, the guy shows up. He always gives a great performance. He's locked in. He gives you a lot of emotion in this movie. Like, we talked about him loading up the gun, or even just the, like, B characters of, hey, we're upping the reward from 500 to 1,000. This movie feels like, for the revenge aspect they're playing it up to like a more personal level, right? This doesn't reach the extremes of Rolling Vengeance, but it's a lot more focused on like the little beats and how it actually affects these people in their lives. How Vi has to cope with it, how Keach kind of spirals downwards. And I like all that stuff about this movie. I do wish this had gone a little more bonkers. I do wish the action stuff we get, the stunts we get are great, but I kind of wish there had been one or two more of those, you know? Like, they're all pretty brief. So if you had one or two more, or just had a really long one, that could probably work too. I don't know. I mean, I don't think this movie is doing anything like mind-blowing, but it's not doing anything bad either. Like, it's all solid filmmaking. It's all good stuff. So I think I'm going to be a 3.0 on Revenge on the Highway. Let's see where this thing ends up. This would be at number 96 on the big list with an average score from the three of us of 3.0. This would currently be right below Hollow Man at 95 and right above The Lawnmower Man at 97.
Wow. Kron triple feature there, huh?
Whoa, watch them all. You'll love them just like I do.
Hell yeah. Well, it's the end of the category. Big Rigs 3 on the road again. The end of every category. It is customary for us to play Fuck, Marry, Kill. Dan, I kick it to you. Are we back to Fuck, Marry, Kill? Are we on Eat?
We're on Fuck, Marry, Kill.
Fuck, Marry, Kill. Okay.
I'm killing Revenge on the Highway. I'm
Big
marrying
mistake, dude.
Rolling Vengeance.
That movie will haunt you until your final days.
And I'm fucking Space Truckers.
I'm going to marry Revenge on the Highway. Fuck Space Truckers. And I'm killing Rolling Vengeance.
It's a real mixed bag on this one. Guys, I'm going to marry Rolling Vengeance. I think I'm going to fuck Revenge on the Highway. And very sadly, because I don't think it deserves it, I'm going to kill Space Truckers.
Yeah. I don't want to kill Rolling Vengeance. So, I mean, it's tough.
I liked all these movies, to be honest.
I thought I was extremely satisfied with this category once we were done. I will tell you this, Kron, about halfway through this movie, I was like, fucking right on, Kron. Like, I was so locked in. I was just in my little cocoon on the sofa, just, yeah, had an absolute blast. Like the TV movie vibe of it, it was just so fucking cozy.
Yeah, it is like a sleepy hit, you know? It's, I mean, what did I say? 75 people have logged this?
Yeah.
Like, this movie deserves to be seen by more than 75 people. That's crazy.
Dan,
go watch this on YouTube immediately if you're listening to this.
Dan, would you say otherwise? Would you... a 2.0 for you is basically a 4.0 for me, so...
I mean, judging off the category, this definitely checks all the boxes. Are you talking about, am I happy with this category? Or
no, would you echo what Kron said, that this is something that should be seen? People should watch this? Or are you...
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean... I agree. I think it's done well. I think, like I said, I love Paul and how he reacts to, like, my dad told me about truckers like this and shit like that. And I love how everybody's kind of like it's a community thing. But I don't know. It just seemed like I felt like an hour of the movie was him just having coffee in diners and shit and handing out fucking flyers. So... overall, I enjoyed Big Rigs 3.
I mean, I kind of get if you're coming from like Stone Cold to this, it is a big change. And Stone Cold is like way more, you know, off the rails and crazy.
Yeah. But, and I appreciate that there's so much time devoted to that, because that's what it would be. In that situation, it really would be boots on the ground, and you would be groggy, and you would be like, at a certain point, you are itching just to find this person to just get it over with, you know?
He's a trucker who has a second job so he can afford his wedding. I mean, he's a normal, average working Joe.
Yeah, you know? That was another thing that hit too. Like the waitress working working doubles on Saturdays to pay for her dress. You know, that 9 times out of 10, I want a movie about a blue collar family with that struggle. You know, versus a fucking Nora Ephron. Let's deal with the romantic troubles of these rich people. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And I recognize that that's a fantasy of it, but I can't relate to that. The only part of The Holiday I can relate to is Jack Black taking her through a Blockbuster. You guys ever seen The Holiday?
A long time ago.
Oh, man.
Yes.
That's a once a year fucking thing here.
It plays once a year in this house.
All right. Can I tell you guys what plays next week on 5-Day Rentals?
Oh, I'd love to hear it.
I don't know what it is.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, I'd love to hear it.
We continue. We hope we get hornier as we dip into the next installment of the box set, Poison Ivy 2. Lily? Is that the subtitle of that? Alyssa Milano, I believe.
I think it's just part of the title. Poison Ivy 2, Lily.
Oh, that wouldn't be a subtitle?
I don't know.
Because I get what you're saying, but I just assume... Okay.
Maybe it is. Because by my definition, no movie would have a subtitle.
I always have subtitles on.
Well, the way that we fucking mix stuff nowadays, What are they
I'm
doing?
22. I don't need them,
What are they
but I
doing?
just like to know exactly what is said,
I need them. Watching a lot of movies at like 5 volume.
I'm fucking dying right now because where the second TV is hooked up, for some reason the sound bar shit the bed, like the port connection. So the HDMI through, like, my main TV, I can control the volume with the Apple remote. I can basically do everything with that. Upstairs, I ended up having to put like the digital optical out of the TV into the sound bar, and now I got to fucking reach for a fucking different remote to change the fucking volume. I just want to die every time I'm up there. Just want to take a fucking super scope.
Aim it at yourself.
Mm-hmm. And in my final moments, just think about washing my wife's ass with my scalp.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of beautiful, come back next week. As the box set continues, Poison Ivy 2. Kron, why don't you take us out of here?
Thanks for listening to Big Rigs 3 on the road again. Until next week, I guess I'll say, watch me dust this bitch.
I was going to be nice. I was like, he's going to have a different one. Let him have it. And that was going to be mine. Fuck.
Well, you gave it away. You lost it.
My hook. Good luck.
I thought they were supposed to be our friends.
Hell yeah, that's a good one.
You've fallen on some weird times.